Part 3, Nambara, a beacon of hope to other villages. Welcome to Pufo Media, where we bring you stories of resilience, transformation, and the power of unity. Previously, in Part 2, we witnessed how the people of Nambara, Galazoma, and Zandoria defied hunger, reclaimed their land, and built a future once thought impossible. Their triumph, however, was only the beginning. Their rise was not just for themselves. It was a call to something greater. Now they set their sights beyond their borders, ready to extend their hands to those still suffering. In the fading light of a hopeful evening, as the people of Nambara celebrated their hard-won triumphs, a new purpose emerged. No longer content with nurturing their own fields and quenching their own thirst, they turned their hearts outward. They knew that beyond their rejuvenated borders lay villages gripped by the same despair they had once known. Leaders like Nalia and Job gathered the community together. Their voices, once echoing with the pain of hunger and loss, now carried the promise of change. "Our strength has grown," Nalia declared, her eyes fierce with determination. "If we can transform our own home, imagine what we can do for our neighbors. It is time to share the gift of hope." Job, standing before a newly restored radio station, added, "We rebuilt our lives with our own hands, with sweat and unwavering spirit. Let our journey be the beacon that guides others out of darkness. We will not stand by while others suffer." Inspired by these words, groups of farmers, builders, engineers, and teachers prepared for a journey that would stretch beyond their borders. They packed not just seeds and tools, but also the wisdom of overcoming adversity. Their mission was clear: extend the hand of solidarity to every forgotten village, to every community still wrestling with despair. Their journey was arduous. Under the scorching sun and across unforgiving landscapes, they marched as one. With every step, they carried the spirit of their transformed land, a spirit that declared, "No one need suffer alone." Along the dusty roads, they encountered villages with withered fields, empty wells, and eyes burdened by years of isolation. Yet with each encounter, the people of Nambara offered gentle words and practical knowledge, demonstrating how to dig deeper wells, plant resilient crops, and build systems that nurtured life rather than stifling it. In one such village, where drought had nearly rendered the land barren, an elder asked softly, "Why do you come to us?" Nalia knelt before him, her voice tender yet resolute. "We once stood where you stand. We know the weight of hunger and the ache of isolation. We come not as saviors, but as kin, to help you rise as we have." Her words resonated deeply, igniting a spark of hope in hearts long numbed by despair. As word of their arrival spread, other villages began to open their doors. In a small settlement along the eastern edge, children who had never known the joy of a classroom gathered around a volunteer teacher from Nambara. They learned to read and write, their bright eyes reflecting the promise of a future built on knowledge rather than mere survival. Across distant lands, inspired by the courage and unity of Nambara's people, more communities mobilized. The once isolated and downtrodden discovered that change was not a distant dream, but a tangible reality, one they could shape with their own hands. By nightfall, as the caravan of hope moved from one village to the next, Job's steady voice echoed over the radio. "We are with you. We share your struggle, and together we will rise." His message wove a tapestry of connection among those who had long lived in isolation, declaring that in every corner of the land, resilience could bloom. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as the impact of their mission grew. Villages once synonymous with despair began to resonate with laughter and activity. New wells were dug, crops flourished in lands once thought barren, and the knowledge shared by Nambara's pioneers planted seeds for a self-sustaining future. A future where every community could stand on its own, united by the bonds of shared struggle and mutual aid. The movement grew into a force greater than any single village. It became a living testament to the idea that true strength lies not in isolation, but in uplifting one another. The people transformed their fate by rejecting passive charity and instead embraced unity, building a future based on shared responsibility and collective empowerment. As the sun set over the rejuvenated landscapes, casting long, hopeful shadows over bustling fields and vibrant marketplaces. One message remained clear: the fight against hunger and despair was far from over. Yet in every heart that beat with renewed hope, there was a promise that together, nothing was impossible. This was not the end of their story, but the beginning of a movement that would ripple across continents, uniting people in their quest for justice, equality, and a better tomorrow. The world had once seen Nambara as a land of suffering. Now it recognized a beacon of hope, a people who rose from the dust and hunger, transforming their fate with resilience, unity, and determination. Their journey from despair to empowerment was a testament to what can be achieved when communities stand together and share their strength. And though the challenges ahead were many, the spirit of Nambara, Galazoma, and Zandoria shone brighter than ever, inspiring not just a single village but countless hearts across the land. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 4, where Nambara's movement takes on new challenges and spreads its message of unity and strength even further.